Hell is a hellish wasteland horror movie. This movie takes place in a future where the sun is out of control. It is hot, and when I say hot, basically the sun has destroyed almost everything on Earth, from crops, rivers, oceans, anything. It's just completely killed wildlife and basically a bunch of people. Like, people have to now roam mainly at night, and when you do during the day, you have to just take extreme precautions, as just too much exposure to the sun will kill you. Yep. And so we start with this three people, this guy and these two girls, and they're just looking for gas and supplies to just stay alive. They go to this gas station, they meet this other dude, some shenanigans happen there, and they're like, look, we're going to the mountains because we believe that in the mountains there's water. So it's the hunt for water, because just shit's dried up. I mean, it's like a barren wasteland. There's sand everywhere just because grass and everything's dead. And as they're going to this mountain, there's a path that's blocked. Well, upon getting out, trap. And one of the girls in the car gets kidnapped. Well, they go to rescue this girl from what you could say is like bandits. And plan kind of goes sideways, and when the other dudes gets captured, they don't save the girl, but they get the car and all the supplies. But the other girl that made it out, that was her sister, and she's like, look, we gotta go find my sister, and if you're with me, you're with me, and if you're not, you're not, to the other dude that made it out. And so they go looking for her sister, but unfortunately this dude's injured. His leg's all messed up from trying to escape in the car, and he has to leave her. Well, she's trying to find her sister, so, she's moving around during the day. She's dehydrated, exhausted, passes out in this church, and this lady comes out of nowhere and saves her, gives her some water, and says, look, come with me, my son will help you find your sister, and we'll get your sister back. And that is literally where I'm going to end my movie review. I mean, not even a review, just the plot recap, because, yeah, spoilers, and I don't want to get too much into them. So I'm about to review it now, and this is where the spoilers are going to come, and I'm not even going to get into the review per se right away. I'm actually mainly just going to talk about what happens next, and then we'll get into the review. So my review to Hell. So basically this lady takes her back to this farmhouse, and as she's walking back, she's telling basically the girl looking for her sister, look, we're still on this farm because, we're a family and my sons will help you. And then she kind of makes some notes about how hard it is for them, as it is for everybody, because, all their crops and all that have just, gone to shit. And then you roll up on this farm and it's definitely okay, apocalyptic looking. Well, they get her some water, get her rested up, and the girl looking for her sister wakes up and realizes that this farm is actually the farm of the people who are capturing people. So her sister's actually at this farm, and she's like, okay, why are they capturing people? And the old lady that saved her says, well, obviously we don't have fucking crops, so we gotta survive. And yeah, you go downstairs into the kitchen and they're just eating a pot of just meat, but unfortunately there's no animals or anything. So where are they getting this meat? And yes, you guessed it, cannibals. These people are cannibals. They're kidnapping people and harvesting them to eat them. And yeah, they want this little girl and her sister to basically have babies with her sons. And it's just chaotic. They gotta escape this farm while the son's killing everything. It's pretty good. So now, with just that big old spoiler out the way, my review, which, man, that was a long ass me talking about that shit, almost 5 minutes. So we could try to zoom through. Yeah, was not expecting the whole cannibalism thing. That was honestly kind of crazy. I wish they honestly just went more into in depth to like how crazy the son was. I mean, they do a good job, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit more because I thought that's what the movie was going to be about. I didn't realize it was going to be about cannibals. Yeah, it's not really like graphic or anything. I mean, there's some like messed up stuff, but it's just like how the atmosphere looks, the set play, and just story driven. But it's pretty good nonetheless. The acting was pretty good. I mean, there was really no practical effects like that. So there was, I mean, I guess for what it did, it was nice. Just all in all, this is just more of a story driven horror movie. And yeah, it's the big cannibalism thing in the end. You don't actually get to see them eat anybody, but they do end up killing one person. And then there's a couple deaths in this movie. But all in all, just really wish the movie focused more on the chaos of the sun. While also, it should have just been a little longer. Maybe a 2 hour long movie instead of like the hour and a half that it was. But yes, still a very good movie. So my recommendation to Hell, and I would recommend this. It was pretty good. Had a nice little plot twist with the cannibals. I wasn't really expecting that. But like I said, I just wish it focused more on the actual sun aspect, as just that world building for me was pretty good. But recommended.